Alright, Aigis versus Naoto! I'll be doing a blitz of Persona 4 Arena in the next few days, probably, because, gotta wait till I can get a chance to tackle, you know, Digital Devil Saga and the grinding. I'm gonna have to probably doing it. Alright, there we go. Naoto, I don't remember... I see. I'm not really sure how to use some of these people's personas properly, you know what I mean? Who's impatient? I don't know who you're talking about at all. There we go, all out on that one. Oh, you freaking speared me here. Alright then, let's try and get this last one. Alright, there we go. Naoto's dead. Okay, no, she's not. Well, not too bad. I took a bit of a hit there, but I can deal with it. I don't even know how long this game is. My percentage, I forgot to check what it is. So for all I know, I'm only at like 50%. Naoto-san slowly gets up. She's staggering and is still slightly dizzy. I watch carefully for any change in her behavior, but I am surprised by what I hear next.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? The mastermind behind this tournament may have some means of fogging our senses. Were you suspecting that as well?
Yes.
Seeing me nod, Naoto-san smiles.
Then we are in agreement. Its aim appears to be to make friends fight one another, though it's a mystery to me as to why it would do such a thing.
Naoto-san brushes some dust off and walks towards me.
But the battle is over and the interference has been lifted. Given past examples, the pattern is clear. How about it? Why don't we talk things over?
I have no objections. Naoto-san seems to understand everything. I nod my head, relieved.
I am Naoto Shirogane. I work as a detective. I agreed to act as an observer for the police regarding the special cargo, met with Kirijo-san beforehand, and accompanied her to the airport.
So that's how you knew about us. I recall seeing you in the introductory video, along with the other competitors.
They're good friends of mine. I attend Yasogami High, the same school as them.
I see. So after you finished your business and returned to your hometown, that video appeared on TV. Is that correct?
That's right. At least that's what I should say if I wanted to feign innocence.
What?
The real reason I came here is because I was tailing you. It was for a secret investigation.
For who?
Naturally, I cannot reveal my client or what their aims are, but I'm sure you have your own secrets to keep. What do you think? As long as we're in the same boat, why not cooperate?
I become tense when she mentions her secret investigation, but that is not important now.
I see. It would not be wise to continue to stand in each other's way in this situation.
I accept Naoto-san's hand and we shake.
How much do you know about this world?
Your friend told me it's a realm formed by human thought. In which case, why a school?
This place varies according to people's mental state. When someone enters it directly, they have a much stronger effect on it. For a normal person with no persona-based resistances, a dangerous situation will arise where their shadow goes berserk. That happened frequently in the case I was involved with last year. This false school may have something to do with it.
I consider Labrys. According to her specifications, she should be able to use a persona, but did this come from her mind? Why a school? And why Yasogami High School of all places? She has no prior knowledge of the place. She has never even visited Inaba. But if that girl is Labrys, she undoubtedly has a heart. It is possible that something like what Naoto-san suggested could happen.
I assume you have a theory already?
Yes. Thank you very much. I believe I'm slowly starting to understand what's going on.
I look down the path ahead. But before I go, I turn to ask Naoto-san for a question. Ask Naoto-san a question.
Would you mind telling me something? Why did you tell me about your secret agenda?
I suppose because it wouldn't be fair otherwise.
A wry smile appears over Naoto-san's face.
Given that I cannot leave here and must trust my friend's fate to you, it would be unfair to continue deceiving you. But not only that, you carry out your duties with little care for your true appearance. You and I are not on equal grounds there.
My true appearance?
Consider it a sign of my respect for that. I still seem to have a soft spot.
Naoto-san's smile fades and she looks at me solemnly. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. When did you realize Naoto was a girl? I thought you were referring to her as a he.
Aigis-san, I ask only one thing of you. Please save my friends.
That is my intention.
Thank you. I'll wait here, secure in knowing that.
We nodded to each other. Shie-san, Kaji-san, and Naoto-san are also different, but they are connected by a strong bond. Knowing that fills my heart with warmth.
I am curious, though. When you refer to your true appearance, do you mean the fact that you are a woman?
What?
Am I mistaken?
Oh, well...
Your clothing hides it, but my sensor scan shows the body measurements of a human with female proportions.
What do you mean? How much can you see?
Suddenly, Naoto-san loses all of her composure and turns red as she covers her chest with her arms. What happened? I don't think I said anything to warrant such a reaction. Just then, Geraldine interrupts over the monitor.
Hey, enough with the chit-chat! Hurry up and move on to the next!
Would you like to know your current measurements? From top to bottom, they are...
That's quite all right.
Never mind little old me. Please finish that line of thought. I demand it!
How did we get so off subject? If you're going to go, please hurry and leave.
She yelled at me. I must have said something rude. That still happens every so often. An inconnuous remark can greatly upset someone. I must keep practicing. Well, that's the first time Gerald Teddy's been kind of, dumbstruck a bit. Did Teddy look at those measurements at first when he got the records last time? I climbed the stairway and noticed a silhouette in one of the classrooms. Looking carefully, it could be that student council president, Labrys. I will be relieved if I have caught up to her so soon. But the hand I raised to knock on the door inadvertently stops. Wait, could she be my next opponent? She wasn't in the promotional field, but neither was I, yet I am being forced to fight in the Grand Prix. But there's no point worrying about that now. I cannot change the path I take nor the opponent I must face. I prepare myself and knock lightly on the door.
You're that girl from before.
The girl turns and notices me. I set foot in the classroom. There is no immediate interruption from General Teddy. It looks like he has not scheduled a match between us. I breathe a sigh of relief.
What are you doing here?
Ain't it obvious? I'm cleaning up the classroom. It's no picnic, but with people running wild and wrecking things.
She takes down the chairs piled on top of each other and lines them up. After a few runs, she takes a breathe. Though she is complaining, there is a gentle smile on her face.
But I guess this is all in a day's work for a student council president. We'll look back on it and laugh, right?
You seem like you're having fun.
That's because I love my school. Even the chores are fun for me. The reason I wanted to be president is because of that. Oh, it can be rough when things get out of hand like this.
But it's dangerous here. You must leave at once. Won't you come with me?
She seems confused by my words and tilts her head to one side.
What? You're worried about me? Hey, I'm the president. And you might not think so to look at me, but I ain't no slouch in a fight. I'll be fine.
No, that's not what I mean.
How should I put this? She still has no idea of the danger. She walks up next to me, takes a long look at my face, and giggles.
Your clothes are pretty out there. But I can see you mean well. Thanks. Some of these students won't listen to a word I say. But I feel like I gotta be here. No. I wanna be here.
Even if it puts you in danger?
You're really a drama queen, aren't you? Who's to say I'm in danger for sure? Besides,
Her eyes burn with affection for something dear to her.
even if you're right, I'd want to stay here.
There is no need to test her commitment. It is consistent with the fact of this world being created. Then, is she human?
I always wanted to go to school with everyone. Just like normal. That's all.
Does that imply you couldn't do so before?
You're asking me that now? Honestly? Back then,
She stops abruptly. I wait patiently for her to continue, but her face twists with suffering.
Huh?
She puts her fingers to her temple. Her knees begin to buckle.
What's wrong?
Weird. The past. How come it's...
She begins to fall, and I catch her. At that precise moment, There's a strong reading from my fingers as soon as I touch her. It's so strong, like touching a hot stove. This is the same reading as when I first stuck my hand into the TV. It is coming from a personality module, a piece of lost technology called Plumes of Dusk by the researchers due to its shape. I have one inside me as well. My headphones were getting uncomfortable. This is not merely strong evidence, it is conclusive. There are still questions to be answered. This girl can be none other than Labrys. At the very least, she is not human.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm not feeling so good all of a sudden.
The memory she is trying to access is causing conflicts with her current level of awareness. If she tries to remember, she will not be able to maintain her mental state. The memory is that charged. I hold her close and wait for her to calm down. But her reaction does not improve. It gets worse. She shakes violently as if electrified. Suddenly, bright lights burst in front of my eyes.
What?
Is something flowing into me? I quickly let go of Labrys, but it does not fade away easily. Images I don't recognize flow together in my head, one after another at incredible speeds.
Are these Labrys' memories?
The torrent of data finally subsides. I analyze the data to find out what happened, and then I understand. It did not flow into me. This data was already dormant inside of me. I am the last number of the Anti-Shadow Weapon project. I inherited all the data from the previous modules of the same type, both tangible and intangible. Labrys' memories were part of me, or part of it. Normally the developers would not upload data into me that was unrelated to battle, but the Plume of Dusk is a black box. It is possible that something was transferred somehow through that. Thinking about it, that might have been the reason I thought I saw Labrys at the airport. My glimpse of the newly awakened Labrys caused my buried records of her appearance to be called. Perhaps that is what happened. Unfortunately, the memories I have just accessed are in complete disarray. I can't just flip through it like an album. The VR records were not in chronological order, making them useless in their current state. However, there was one memory that left an impression on me. The sea. That cerulean sky and lingering clouds. The emerald blue water. All the other memories are of cold mechanical rooms or the night sky. This one is different.
What was that just now?
Labrys staggers as she stands up. Before I can ask her anything, she abruptly shakes me off and runs out of the classroom.
Wait!
I try to chase after her, but after only a few steps, I tripped over my own feet. The information overload has prevented me from making any sudden movements. I fight through it, dragging what feels like several times the weight of my legs when...
Are you sure you want to take that girl out of here?
I stumble to a stop and look around searching for the hidden speaker.
This is the only place she can fit in. No one will understand her once she steps outside. But she can't become human either. So she has no other choice but to wallow in this illusory school. Pitiable, isn't she? But this is the only way she can be happy. Are you going to take that from her?
I stop, suddenly realizing the answer to my question, and catch my breath in my throat. This voice. It's mine?
What will you do after you take her from here? Lock her up in a box again? How cruel. No wonder she ran away. Ran away? What are you... You don't mean... You finally figured it out? Labrys wasn't brought here by some sinister mastermind. She escaped on her own and came here. That can't be. The suspects in the hijacking case, I'm sure you've seen the opponents you fought so far robbed of their sanity. Have you forgotten already? You're saying that was Labrys' doing too? Yes. Her heart gave birth to this world, and that power is one of her abilities. From some special equipment. With a power like that, wouldn't it be simple to control a number of ordinary people?
It's true that the hijackers were confused and that there were signs of some mental interference.
It does seem strange to go to so much trouble to come to a place like this. If she did in fact do this, then she must face herself. What gives you the right to say that?
Suddenly, the tone of her voice changes. She speaks very gently, like a parent correcting a child.
You've experienced suffering before, too. It pains you to have a heart, knowing that you can never be human. Even if there was someone you considered to be worth fighting for, you can't be a real companion to them. That's why you chose to protect them as a weapon. But in the end, you still lost them.
Putting it where it hurts, right, Shadow Aigis?
What do you know about me? Mere words will not cause me to abandon hope. A brave bluff. But a tool like yourself can never be a true partner for a human. Doesn't your heart yearn to be by their side and to be loved? It hurts so much that I wish I could go back to how I was before I gained a heart. Has that really never once crossed your mind? I think not. That pain will never completely disappear. It will always fester inside you. Isn't that right? Even if you take Labrys away, the same will happen to her. She'll become just like you. Is that a fate you want for her? You see, here you can have anything, as long as you look away from the truth. That doesn't just go for Labrys, but for you too. Even the things you have lost forever. Here, you can have them back. What are you?
I cut myself off, realizing that I am becoming fascinated with the voice. This isn't good. I cannot let the voice deceive me. I must get the speaker in my sights first. I carefully attune myself to the source of the voice and quickly turn in that direction. But the person standing there is me. Or rather, something that looks like me. At first I think that the overload is still affecting my sensors, but that is not the case.
I'll take away your suffering. Now, take my hand, Aigis.
I smile and extend out my hand. I feel sick. This is very confusing. I don't know what to do. My mind advises caution, but my heart doesn't listen. All of a sudden, a door opens into the corner.
Pardon my interruption of this seemingly trivial conversation.
Oh, hi Elizabeth, haven't seen you in a while. This unexpected event brings me back to reality, and I realize that I was nearly seduced by its promises. On a second look, I can see a woman beyond the door frame. That distinctive blue dress. I recognize the attire of an elevator girl. Her name was Elizabeth-san, I believe. But why is she here? Elizabeth walked right in and stands in the center of the room. There is nothing outwardly abnormal about her pose, but is as imposing as the battle stance. She opens her thick leather-bound book, then smiles dauntlessly at the other me.
Excuse me, but I would like a word with this lady over here. Would you mind leaving?
Who are you?
If you don't leave the two of us, I must resort to giving you a hearty thrashing with my book. It's a hardcover, leather-bound edition, and is quite powerful. Enough to do over 4 digits on average, I'd say.
Without warning, the pages from the open book overflow with light.
What? I don't believe this.
The other me's face flinches in pain, and she vanishes into thin air while spitting a curse. Did she cease to exist? I can no longer pick up any readings on her. The tension leaves my body, and I collapse to the ground. While I am there, Elizabeth walks towards me. If I first met her 2 years ago. Her attire is somewhat strange, but the place I met her was even stranger. A blue room. That is the only way to describe that mystical space. Its residents called it the Velvet Room. I do not believe it is at all part of the real world. There, Elizabeth was one who governs power. She helped me to grow spiritually by introducing me to the power of personas. I never imagined that she would leave that room, let alone that I would run into her here. Yet her appearance here has saved me.
I'm sorry for that. Thank you for saving me.
Did I save you?
She stares straight at me, then lets out a long sigh of disappointment.
I was on a journey for personal reasons, but I sensed some extraordinary powers clashing against each other and came to see what all the fuss was about, only to be met with this bitter disappointment.
I am baffled by her candidness.
Please stand. Have you already forgotten the enlightenment you gained before me once? Has it escaped your prodigious goldfish-like memory? It seems that I must once again ascertain what you are truly capable of.
She speaks in tones as if she is engaging in everyday conversation and opens her leather-bound book again. I suddenly feel the deadly force of her intent, fierce as a gust of wind. Something about me has disappointed her. I know that much. But I clearly have no time to ask her what it is.
Well, here goes. The cards will decide your fate.
Looks like we're gonna be fighting Elizabeth here. I haven't seen her since you. But it makes sense. Why else would anyone see Elizabeth? No one would even see Margaret to begin with. Other than you. Well, regardless. I don't even remember what it's like to fight against Elizabeth. The lethal elevator girl? I don't know.
Final.
Ah. This is music. Fight against Nyx. I don't know. Oh, yeah, well. I know, I keep using the same damn move. Alright, let's try and... I tried to grab her there. Alright, there we go. Ah! Oh yeah, she has Ryuji as her persona. There we go, that wasn't too hard actually. I accept the winning. Well, why would I not accept it? I want to go back and lose.
Well done.
Elizabeth stands from her kneeling position. Though she lost, she did not so much as break a sweat. While I, for my part, am detecting strain on my entire drive system. I can see myself, lacking the energy to even speak, reflected in Elizabeth's clear eyes.
You are indeed neither man nor any ordinary machine. You are truly singular. But then can anyone be said to be the same as anybody else? People anguish over the gulf between themselves and others, and the lack of any who could possibly understand them. How is their situation different from yours? What defines life is not death, but bonds. That is the answer you once reached. Then take that to heart and go forth. Remember that your bonds will remain unbroken, giving you the strength to withstand any suffering.
My bonds.
I, too, am currently on an endless journey, but I anticipate that you will become a compatriot of mine, unbound by the limitations of time. I hope that you will not be led astray by trivial things. With that, I bid you good luck.
Elizabeth bows and finally shows me her smile. Immediately after, she turns on one heel and walks towards the hallway. I suddenly remember.
There are rules to this tournament delineating behavior after a match.
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed. I shall be on my way.
True to her words, she leaves the room with no trouble and closes the door with an exaggerated slam. Those walls were nothing to her. But come to think of it, Labrys didn't seem subject to those rules either. Do they only apply to participants in the tournament? No. In Elizabeth's case, it simply does not matter to her.
She remains a complete enigma.
I find it amusing, which allows me to feel more relaxed.
It may be true that this world can grant one's true desire, but I want Labrys to see past herself to a world where other people matter. Even if one discards their bonds to avoid pain, all that awaits is a numb, desert-like future with no promise. I thought as she did once, so I'm sure I can understand her.
I was actually wondering this when I kept mentioning Metis being a fake sister to Aigis, thinking, oh, maybe the answer doesn't actually count as being canon in this. But apparently it is if she's met Elizabeth before, so now it is canon. I too felt the same as Labrys when I went through an incredibly trying ordeal. If there's no one to stretch out their hand to her, she'll hide herself deeper within her blockade. Labrys has fallen into a trap she cannot escape on her own. That is because the key to extricating oneself is the realization that one is not alone.
I want to form a bond with Labrys, with my sister. I want to teach her things that she cannot learn if she is alone.
Saying it out loud helps to strengthen my resolve. I changed my approach and focused on searching for a way to save her. Still, that thing that looked like me, was that what Naoto-san meant by a shadow going berserk? My own shadow? Thinking of it that way sheds some light on things. Of course, I can control my persona and have some tolerance for this world, but the heart cannot easily be stabilized. If the same thing happened to Labrys, I suddenly realized the dangers involved. I impatiently suppress these thoughts and dash out to the hallway. Alright then. saving here. Even though we kind of just already saved anyway. Whatever. I followed the path formed by the invisible walls. Eventually I climbed the stairway to the 3rd floor. There seemed to be no walls here, allowing me to go as I please. I can tell the end is near, and so I prepare myself. Soon I stand in front of a room that has a sign outside saying announcement room. The door is half open. I can sense someone inside. I cautiously press up against the door and peek around it. This is an announcement room, as the sign indicated, but the space inside is much larger than the classrooms I have seen. The equipment here is also closer to that of a TV studio than what would be found in a school. On top of that, the back wall is made of glass, showing a view that is clearly not a schoolyard. Taken together, this is the first distinct sign that this is not the real world. As I expected, Labrys is here, standing in the middle of the room. There's also another boy and girl as well. The girl is holding Labrys' shoulder, and the boy stands in front of the pair, protecting them. Across from them is General Teddy. It seems this is the end of the line. I've seen that boy's face in the video. Yosuke Hanamura-san, I believe. I am not familiar with the girl's face, but I do recognize her distinctive voice. It's the same voice that has been commentating on the fights along with General Teddy on the school PA. From the tone of the commentating, I thought she was working with the general, but right now she seems to be on Yosuke-san and Labrys' side. I recall what Chie-san told me. Chie-san said that Rise-san was originally their friend, in which case she may actually be another victim. General Teddy gives a cruel smile, squints his eyes and speaks.
What a shame. You gave it a try, but there's no way anyone would understand you.
Huh?
General Teddy's voice and the tone have undergone a remarkable change. Listening closely, this voice is... so it finally reveals its true form.
At least one of them has to understand how I feel. Isn't that what you thought? The important part is that it's all your fault.
I don't know why, but something about it being blunt. The important part is that it's all your fault. I feel like it's a line I should be using somewhere.
That's not true.
You still refuse to remember? Look at me. And stop deluding yourself.
Yeah, we get this cutscene again. I'll let it pass. I haven't actually watched it in a while. You know, just for fun and filler. You know, sometimes Labrys' hair appears blue. Like here, it looks more blue than silver. Same thing when she saw her at the airport.
Shadow. The true self.
No way. That's... She has my face.
But the fat face is the only thing that is the same. The rest of her body is covered in metal. There's no doubt that it is man-made. Labrys lets out a short scream and backs up.
Stop! I'm not like that!
Calm down. It's just taking that form to agitate you.
Yosuke is frantically trying to calm a confused Labrys. It's just taking that form to agitate you. That's what he says, but is that really the case? I have my own suspicions.
No! 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 No!
Taking that form, huh? Well, you have a point. I do have the power to confuse people's senses. Warp what they're seeing. Twist what they're hearing.
That's how you made my senpai fight each other.
Of the things you're seeing right now, which do you think is real and which is fake?
The former General Teddy, no, Labrys' shadow breaks out into a grin. Labrys, meanwhile, is cringing in fear as she holds onto Yosuke's sleeve.
No! I'm not like you. I'm human, aren't I?
Huh? What do you mean?
I can see that Yosuke does not know how to answer the sudden question.
And how did I come to have these special powers? Why, it's because I have them.
With that, the shell snaps its fingers. At once, static like that on a poorly tuned TV starts appearing around Labrys and slowly envelops her. I enhance my vision. Nothing is happening to Labrys' body. It was my own vision that was clouded, or had been until now. Soon after the noise dissipates, an inhuman-looking girl is standing in her place.
Huh? A robot?
Metallic arms and legs extend from her uniform. Thrusters on her back spread like wings. It's just as I thought. Her body is identical to that of the shadow in front of her.
Look, that's what she really looks like. It's her who's been deceiving you all from the start. Not only you, but herself, too. She really thinks that she's a human living a normal life at school.
To reinforce her make-believe as real, she prevented herself from accessing any memories that could contradict that. She even sealed away her own name.
No! Stop! Why are you doing this?
Kindly hurry up and remember me. Remember yourself. It's pretty rude of you to even forget your own name.
No! I don't want to remember!
Huh. Is that so? Looks like you still need an extra push.
The shadow grins evilly and swings the enormous axe at Labrys, or actually at Yosuke-san.
Yosuke-senpai!
Before the axe can complete its arc, I am already in action. I must intervene. Neither Labrys, in shock at seeing her true form, nor Yosuke-san or Rise-san are prepared for the attack.
What the?
I deflect the strike with the metallic part of my arm. It was heavier than I anticipated. The battle axe is a giant lump of metal that blocks most of my vision.
A girl? Wait, you're a robot too?
I turn my head to Labrys and look straight into her shocked eyes.
You must remember, that is the only way the future will open up to you. You must accept it, no matter how painful it may be.
I tell her her name in a clear voice. Her official name, which includes something no human has, a model number.
Your true name is 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labrys.
Labrys quivers violently as if an invisible arrow had pierced her chest. That's going to end here. Yep, to be continued. And that leaves us with Labrys' story to finish. But I'm only 59% complete, meaning there's definitely something else to do.
This place exists between dreams.
I guess I'll
Good
start
luck.
this one. I don't know how this is going to go now, though. Let's find out. Initial boot successful. Time stamped 4/20/1999. 10:16 p.m. Or a.m. maybe, I don't know.
The boot process was successful. This happens every time, but I'm never sure what to say to them first.
You mean like a greeting? There's no need for that. They're just machines.
2 humans with within visual range. Both male. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personal identification as research staff. Not hostile targets.
But things like that might affect the performance of these models.
Because they have a mind, their emotions and things are completely faked. It's no different than an AI. It can't possibly be that sensitive.
Scan for keywords in conversation. Writing logical analysis. Cross-referencing with related data. Current conversation topic is not orders.
Well, until we rule it out completely, we should at least be kind to them.
So you say. All right, from this moment on, you will be registered as candidate unit number 031. Please repeat your number back to me.
Confirming first order. Initializing unit number. Output via voice requested. Activating voice synthesis model. Accepting input.
Unit number 031.
Did its pronunciation sound a little odd to you?
You're worrying too much. Let's hurry up and haul it out.
Receiving action plan through console. Combat test against other of same unit. Test commencing immediately after entering shock-resistant chamber within the lab. Frames stored with within cage for transport. Beginning transport.
Ah, so this is the one. I've been waiting to see it in action.
Transport complete. Cage reopened. New human found. Searching for voice spray and visual matches. Personnel to also identify as research staff. Female. Cutting connection to outside data supply. Connection offline. Commencing cable disconnection.
Now, try getting up.
Order confirmed. Get up. Initiating motion synchronization engines for motor functions. Accepting input. Safety limiters active. Balance controller gyros functional. Overall movement systems functional.
This model's loaded with a nearly pure form of that crystal. I can't wait to see what kind of results it gets.
Unit number 031, can you hear me? Confirm your surroundings. Tell us any abnormalities you're feeling in your sensors or any other functions.
Order confirmed. Beginning simple self-diagnostic. Temperature, humidity, pressure, air composition, lumens, sound, all within normal levels. Visual data within expected color spectrum. All systems functional.
The readouts seem fine. Monitoring system is fully operational.
Okay, we're gonna test your performance inside the battle chamber now. When you hear the buzzer, consider everything that moves an enemy and eliminate them.
Order confirmed. Awaiting the signal to begin the test. Exit confirmed to be sealed. Room shape approximately cylindrical. Height approximately 11 meters. Area approximately 7 meters square. High energy light source is found on outer wall. Assumed to be fire resistant and bulletproof.
Sorry to do this just after you've woken up, but it'll be good to put you through your paces.
Release of facing hatch detected. Mobile objects intruding into chamber. 7 objects in total. Scan for visual matches. Analysis, non-human. Confirmed as same model units of humanoid weapons. Hostile markers confirmed. Classify as hostile units. Release the safety limiters. Battle limit now set at 70%. Exit confirmed sealed. Test commencement signal received. Targets, hostile humanoid weapons. Commencing battle. Ooh, a new cutscene. We get to see the other robots. Well, we saw Head. Now here's my question. Why are they all female? From what I can tell. I mean, I have no proof that there are no male ones. They appear to be all female. Yeah, they're all female. Every single anti-shadow weapon, for some reason, was made to be female. Boom. That face got scrunched. She's going to Orgia. All targets eliminated. Hostile units no longer capable of motion. Test termination signal received. Battle complete.
That was better than we could have hoped for.
Hey, what's with all the bodies? You made it fight that many on its first time?
Don't worry, it did great. This is a new high score for the first battle results.
Well done, Unit Number 031. Stand by for further instruction.
Order confirmed. Exiting test chamber. Beginning transport to maintenance room. Resetting safety limiters. Take a seat in maintenance chair.
We're done testing, but there's still one thing left to do today. I'm going to temporarily shut down your optics. Can you close your eyes?
Order confirmed. Shuttering optic inputs. Connecting cables. Online confirmed. Switching a portion of data supply to outside source.
We're going to transfer the data from the destroyed units into your memory. Run a diagnostic check while we're doing it and report any malfunctions. Understood?
Order confirmed. Reading self-diagnostic. Initiating data transfer. Initiating personality module link. Initiating diagnostic and transfer data and sorting procedures. Sector 001. Close combat control data. We'll investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Divide into categories for sorting. Sector 002. Evasive action control data. We'll investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Divide into categories for sorting. Sector 003. Non-battle data. Error excluding. Sector 004. Non-battle data. Error excluding. Sector 005. Battle-related data. What could these be? Momentary disruption of data from visual information stream. A room that is not in this place. Outdoor scenery thought to be at night. Also scenes in multiple units of the same type gathering outside of the battle chamber. Could these be memories? Visual memories? They are obviously unrelated to the mission. Why have apparently purposeless memories have been preserved this long? 20 to 40% of the information data extracted from all 7 units are confirmed to be such information. Incomprehensible. What is this?
Anything to report?
Cables disconnected. Time elapsed during data transfer approximately 5 minutes. Reopening optic inputs. Calibrating servos.
Alright then, Unit Number 031, give us a simple report of today's battle results.
Order confirmed. Delivering oral report of test results.
This was the first test battle against others of my model. 7 units destroyed. Below 15% damage sustained. Don't seem to be any problems.
Was that...
Unusual expression detected from research staff. Facial recognition library indicates surprise.
Did I say something funny?
Does it have an accent?
Accent? Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth?
No, we do, but...
See? I wasn't hearing things. The unit's speech really is peculiar.
You don't need to yell.
Is the language interface not set to default? Sheesh. If we'd known this, we would have reset it in advance.
Yeah, the base's personality might be coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the volunteers were from the Kansai area.
But it just woke up. Would it be exhibiting such distinct mannerisms this early?
It may be the effect of an enlarged plume of dusk, the basis of their mind. Perhaps it's accelerating their personality development.
Exchange of opinions taking place on unexplained aberrance in speech pattern. Hypothesis offered that language interface settings fall outside expected result. Review of recent conversation does not reveal certain discrepancies. Internal monologue is within expected patterns, but oral output induces anomalies. Anomalies not affecting meaning. No impediments to communication predicted.
But I don't want to waste this feedback data. Those are the best results we've ever seen.
Leave it. It'll be fine. It can understand us anyway. This is just one of those things that makes science interesting.
There you go again. This unit is going to be communicating with the others. What if this effect spreads? Not only that, but because this is an anomaly, it doesn't seem to have a 100% accurate accent either.
But if it has a personality, that might speed up the development of its mind.
Yeah, she's right.
The 3 researchers are standing around the maintenance chair. Each hold a tablet and examines the display on the chair.
Alright, Unit Number 031, we'll explain things from the top.
Voice pattern consistent with research staff.
You are a weapon created to fight against unique enemies. Therefore, your combat performance is prioritized over all else. But in order for you to use a particular ability, you've been given a certain amount of awareness. And that makes your performance difficult to quantify, so we've been pitting test units against each other as a selective growth process. It's all in the service of achieving higher performance, and we don't want to waste any plumes of dusk.
Accessing archives. Search term Plume of Dusk. One match found. A crystalline substance that at the core of personality modules. Its name derives from its thin, plate-like shape, resembling a shed of bird's feather. In addition to its circuit-like structure, it has an unnatural vital reaction in response to external stimulus. Similar to a living thing, yet different. It is thought to exist in a state between mind and matter, mass and information. The details are unknown. There are 12 other subheadings that classified under the Level 7 clearance. Access denied. Matter interpreted as the core of personality modules.
But regardless of your ego, there is one rule you must abide by. You might as well think of it as an order.
One rule to abide by. Awaiting order.
The only order is to destroy everything we identify as enemies and to emerge victorious. Though your ego will give you some flexibility when planning tactics, there's no need to think about extraneous side issues. Use everything you have to win a fight.
Order confirmed.
Understood.
Destroy identified enemies and emerge victorious. A clear order. It is consistent with the rule of a weapon. No abnormalities. Everything is clear. You know what? I'm gonna save it under kanji. And I'll actually end the part here, I think. A lot of reading to do sometimes. And next time we will, continue on Labrys' story. I doubt we're even close to done. So long!